Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Serrano. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Google Pixel 6 after 4 months, but make sure you stay locked into the end of the video and make sure you subscribe, and I encourage you to get notified for more videos as well, just like this. So it's been about 4 to 5 months since I've had the Google Pixel 6, and this device is going to be really solid in the price point because it's going to offer a lot of features, right, for the price, and it's definitely going to be really solid. And this device has a lot of caveats and advantages that you may not have considered if you're looking for a flagship device in the budget price point. And the Google Pixel 6 is no exception when it comes to really high quality materials as well as a solid build. And we're going to get into the cameras samples in a little bit more detail as well as the video samples, so make sure you guys stay locked into the end of the video. But this device does have dual speakers on board, Android 12, which is the latest software. It's going to get Android 16 as well, but overall this device has been really solid in the hand when it comes to the build quality. And obviously when I am indoors, I do have the phone, bare naked, but then when I do go outside and I actually go to commute or use it outdoors, I do put a case on the Google Pixel 6. So I definitely have been joining this device for 4 months, and my main sim has been in this device for over 4 months, and that's pretty much been a really long time compared to any other device that I've ever had, because this device has been really solid. So there's a couple of things that I want to mention about this device before we get going into this video, because the only thing about the Google Pixel 6 is that it's going to be at a different price point than other flagships, and it's going to put it at another level, right? Because it's going to be able to compete with like the 888, the 865, things of that sort, and definitely anything in the Snapdragon Qualcomm 700 series. But this is going to be a really solid device. You also do see other chipsets like the Dimensity, Huawei's, software as well, Apple, and obviously Google is coming up with the Tensor chip software. So it's going to be the machine learning and the AI algorithm with the cameras and everything of that sort. So you're going to be able to get really good pictures, but make sure you stay locked in to the end of the video, right? But this device will offer 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of internal storage. And if you are concerned at all about the gaming performance, this thing will be able to run pretty well when it comes to the engine in here, right? Because we're going to be able to get stereo speakers, Google Tensor chip clocked in at 2.25 in processing chip with the 2.8 gigahertz frequency as well. So definitely think that's going to be pretty solid, because this thing will also pack a lot of features when it comes to the cameras. As you can see right here, we do get the 50 megapixel camera as well as the 12 megapixel ultra wide, and on the front we're also getting the 8 megapixel camera, and these will be able to record in 4K 60 as well as 4K 30, 1080 60 as well as 1080 30. So let me know how the front facing camera looks on here and everything of that sort, because I definitely enjoyed using these cameras every single day as my daily driver when I'm using the Google Pixel 6. No matter where I am in the entire world, it was definitely going to stand out, even if it was in dark situations or well lit areas, right? Because this device is going to have the Gorilla Glass Victus on the back of here, and the Gorilla Glass 6 on the front. It's also going to have the bar, aesthetic. Definitely the camera module was pretty solid when it comes to this thing. 403 for the PPI, very high density, so you're going to be able to get really good refresh rates at 90 hertz as well as HDR 10 plus and scratch resistancy, as well as 2.5D curved glass and Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, which is going to be protecting the outside of the ear. So I definitely think that's going to be pretty solid when we're talking about overall display quality, and brightness outdoors is going to be pretty solid as well. So there wasn't anything I didn't really like about this device. Also, the battery life did last me about I definitely could get more than 24 hours. So on average, it would probably be about 72 hours of use of really light usage. But if I did get heavy into usage, it would probably be like a day and a half. So definitely gave the machine learning and memory, the battery performance got better over time, and it just got used to the daily performance that I was putting it through, depending on whether you play like a lot of maybe a lot of games, or watch a lot of social media, or just listen to a ton of music like me, right? But there's going to be a lot of things that you can use the Google Pixel 6 for, and it's going to be at a really solid price point. And that's one of the things that I really do like about this device, because compared to other flagships, which are $1,000, you can get this one at $599, and I definitely think that's going to be a pretty solid device when we're talking about, flagship phones, right? Because, this thing is going to be made of like aluminum alloy, Gorilla Glass 6, IP68 for the waterproof on here. You can definitely get it in the black, the green, or the beige color, right? But like I said before, stereo speakers on this thing, so the gaming performance is going to be really good when it comes to the graphics, as well as the 5 nanometer tensor chip, right? So it's going to have that 5 nanometer tensor chip, right, with the ARM Mali G78 basically pushing the hood, right? So you're definitely going to get some really good solid performance when it comes to this thing. It doesn't have an LED notification light, and it doesn't have like facial recognition on here, right? So I just want to mention that. But you will be able to get your like wireless charging, battery share feature, which is pretty cool. A lot of tricks up the sleeve when it comes to the cameras, and definitely has a nice impact when it comes to the camera game in the price point that it sits in, right? In this department, it's definitely pretty solid. Phone calls come through pretty solid. You get all the bands on here, right, for the 5G. So you're going to get the N1, the N2, the N5, the N7, and the N8, as well as the 12, 14, 20, and the 48, 66, and 77, and the 78 for the 5G bands, right? But then when it comes to the 4G bands, it's going to be the B1, the B2, B3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 12, 28B, 28A, 29, 30, 32, 38, 39, 66, and 71. So I definitely like this thing for the overall price point, because you're going to get really good reception on here, really good call quality, really good speakers, really good AI machine learning on here. When you do the voice detect, it will be very accurate auto translate when you're trying to, differentiate different languages. And overall, it's just going to be a really solid device when it comes to the price. So I was extremely impressed with this thing, and I honestly, it's definitely really hard putting another SIM card in it, because it's going to get the Bluetooth 5.2 with a lot of different compatibilities with Bluetooth, right? So it's going to get the AAC, SBC, LDAC, aptX, and the advanced audio distribution profile on here. You also can pair it with navigation of the GLONASS, the Galileo, the QZSS, as well as the Laudao, GLONASS, AGPS, and GPS features included. And not to mention, they do have that NFC on here, so you can, pretty much do all your Google payments. Now, when it comes to the battery charging speeds, it's going to be about a hour and like 45 minutes most of the time, with the 21 watts fast charging. And it does have a 30 watt fast charger inside of here, but you're pretty much going to get the 21 watts fast charging speeds. Definitely going to have the nice wireless charging feature, as well as a really solid feel in the hand. Great battery life on this thing. With Android 16, it's going to be on board here in the future, so that's definitely going to be pretty cool, because this device will have good cameras, good design, and very good app response times, as well as a nice refresh rate overall. So it was definitely going to be a good experience when you're using your social media. Meta worked perfectly on here. Anything like Netflix and any social media apps was really solid on here. So it was definitely a nice experience. And if you did want to use the Type-C adapter to 3.5mm headphone jack, you do have that option, but there was no headphone jack on board. But like I said, you can get this thing in a variety of different colors and different configurations. So I'll make sure I'll leave the cheapest links down below, as well as the Covert case right here from Ghostek, which is pretty solid, because it's going to offer you some grip and solid materials, right? So make sure you check that out. But definitely appreciate you for coming through and kicking it with me real quick as we talk about the Google Pixel 6. After a solid, a hot, 4 months overall. So I definitely like this device when it comes to just app browsing, mobile payments. The cameras, everything was just a really solid experience, so I couldn't complain, whatsoever. But I'm going to get right back with you. I'm going to show up in the comment section, answer all your questions, but let me know what you think about the Google Pixel 6 after 4 months, and let me know how long you've had your Google Pixel 6, and make sure you subscribe and get notified, and I encourage you to hit the bell icon and check out more videos just like this. But it's your boy Serrano, and I'm going to get right back with you. I'll check you guys later. Peace.